Yo, this is Chris Blair. It is Sunday evening here in Japan, 6:20. I'm just having a beer. I'm meeting up with two of my Egyptian friends. It's a long story, but I've been living in Japan a long time, and I used to work with an Egyptian guy with my old company when I was regular jobs, became good friends, and then he's since been living in Sweden, working. He actually moved to Sweden to become a general manager of a company, and then breaking off and open his own business. He's back in town for a business trip, and then one of his best buddies, who I'm also friends with, San, he's around this weekend, so we're hanging out. Actually posted a picture of us having Korean barbecue last night. Guys, if you never had Korean barbecue, oh man, you should try it. I'm American, but I'm telling you, my number one favorite food in the world, and it's not even close. It's better than American ribs. It's better than, all the things I've ever eaten. A really good Korean barbecue is amazing. I hope you try it out. It's stunning to me. It's funny. All Americans I know who live in Japan for a long time, because Americans were big meat eaters, we all love Korean barbecue. So I don't understand why in the United States Korean barbecue has not gone big. For some reason, I don't know. I think the name Korean barbecue, I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to. But when Americans leave America and they get to countries like Japan or Korea and they try outside of America, they just go nuts over it. I eat Korean barbecue 2 or 3 times a week. That's a different issue. The issue I want to talk about now is I'm waiting for them to contact me and let them know that we're going to go out to dinner, and then we have beers after to hang out, maybe a late night. I don't normally stay out late on Sundays, but since Shalif is in town, it's a special event, I'm going to stay out tonight. One of my members in our group is their site is being attacked by fraudsters. For those of you who don't know, I just want to give you a brief little about me. I run a mastermind course called Ecom Vantage. There's over 350 members in that course in mastermind. One of our members, Antonio, now is actually on the video on this live stream. Antonio, if you mind commenting, that'd be great about what you think about the group mastermind. That'd be awesome. I've been around Ecom since 2012. I'm not one of these and I'm not being critical, because I think what the people are doing is awesome. They're really trying to help, but there's a lot of people out there in the marketplace who've had one success or limited success recently, and then suddenly they're training and teaching, and they offer good value, but the same point of view, they also offer limited knowledge as far as ups and downs over the long run. Where I've been in this game since 2012. I've been on Ecom since 2012. I've been in internet marketing since 2009. I started part-time when I was working in headhunting in 2009. And then I went into affiliate marketing, then I went into Ecom. So I've seen the ups and downs of this business, and I know how to overcome it. I know how to help you have success. And that's why I do what I do, and I love doing this. I actually, honest truth, here's my own private confession. I enjoy the teaching and training and coaching of this business more than I like running my store. I mean, I have a successful store. In fact, I'm involved in 2 sites. One is open, and a lot of people know about it because I share it my course. No, it's a secret one that I'm only in there with the partner, and we agreed to keep that quiet. But anyway, but still, I mean, this part is more fun to me. It just is. This is my personality type. I think maybe because after university, I graduated and I spent 3 years teaching in Japan as an English teacher, and I really got a passion for teaching at that time. In fact, I loved teaching English so much that had teaching English paid well, not shit, and it does pay, then I would still be doing it today. I would be teaching English to Japanese people if I could make some decent money. But it's really hard as you get older, to survive and have a decent lifestyle on an English teaching job. Anyway, that's beside the point. So recently, one of my students in my course in Mastermind is their site's under attack, and by fraudsters. Okay, and this has happened to me in the past as well, and it's happened to other people. So I did a video for my group Mastermind yesterday, and we uploaded to the members area about how to deal with this. But I was thinking to myself, this is kind of a massive problem for anyone, and I don't want to. Although a lot of the information and a lot of things I teach, I keep solely for my members only. For example, when I talk about ad scaling, right? I often do trainings on ad scaling. I only actually teach one of the 14 methods that are taught in my course in Mastermind when it comes to Facebook ad scaling. I keep 13 of them private, only for members only. But in this particular thing, I don't want anyone to suffer from this because it sucks. So I want to just I'm not going to hold back any information on this particular topic. I'm going to teach everything I know about this right here on this particular live stream right now. You don't have to be a member of my my Ecom Vantage course in Mastermind to get full access to this particular information, because I don't want you to suffer from this. This is bullshit. All right. So what happens is there's some guys, and I don't fully understand what their reasoning is or why they do it. They will decide that they want to buy a bunch of stuff from your site. What they do with that stuff, I have no idea. It's kind of weird because, I mean, they're just acquiring things. And, they'll make orders. And there'll be a stream of orders. And they usually start small and they get bigger and bigger. That's at least what happened with my site. And the two other people I know have had the same thing happen to them. And so, first they'll start with $30, $40 orders. If you don't catch it, they'll slowly increase it. And then it just keeps coming. And so, and it's usually, from a particular area, all right, variety of people, but it's always from a particular area. Obviously, it's a network of people. And they've somehow acquired credit cards or PayPal accounts through the dark, I'm guessing through the dark web. I can't obviously prove where it came from, but I'm guessing through the dark web. Okay, so they acquire these access to these credit cards or bank accounts, right? Because they can send an e-check. They have access to a bank account. They can send what's called an e-check. It's the same thing as a normal check. You think it's an order. You start the process. It takes 5 to 7 days for the e-check to clear the bank. Comes back as fraudulent or unapproved or not enough money in the account or whatever, right? And then by that point you've already shipped. So they're gathering this stuff. I mean, in my particular site, I sell T-shirts, mug cups, and beer mugs, some jewelry, and the most expensive stuff in my store is $100, right? So I'm not selling a lot of high-end items. So I'm not sure why they want this stuff, but they're getting it. I think partly it might be just a game. It's just to fuck with people. But anyway, they're getting this stuff. Maybe they turn around and resell it. Maybe they use it. I don't know what they're doing with it. But anyway, they basically, when they find a site that has got weakness, they go after it like piranhas. I mean, they are piranhas. And they will just keep ordering. And remember, I didn't catch it the first day. And then they made 3 orders the next day. And I didn't catch it either. And then day 3, this is back when it happened to me 2 years ago, suddenly there was 50 orders. And they were really bizarre, all from Florida. The 3rd day is when I finally caught it, and I went back and I canceled and refunded the previous orders. And luckily, only the order that came in 2 days ago had shipped by my print-on-demand filming company, Custom Cat. And I was able to get a hold of them and say, look, all these others, cancel them. Don't process them. So I literally lost out on 1 order, and I had to refund the order because it was a credit card. It would have been a credit card chargeback. All right, so that was my first experience with this. And at the time, I reached out to Shopify, and I had a long conversation with them and a few of my other buddies. And then after, and I learned what to do. And then I had another student have that happen to them a year ago, and now just this week, another student. So literally myself and 2 other students have experienced this. So what's going to happen is at some point someone might attack your site. And you need to know what to do. It's really, really critical. Okay? So there's 5 potential steps I would recommend. I'm going to talk about each one of them right now. Step number 1. Turn off e-check in PayPal. PayPal, as far as I know, there might be other payment processors, but as far as I know, PayPal is the only one that accepts a bank e-check, okay? Disable that, okay? That's the easiest form of payment method to pull fraud on, because there's a time delay between the approval of the e-check. So that 5 to 7 business days it takes for the approval, you may have already shipped the goods, you may have already paid for them to be shipped, and you don't even realize that e-check is invalid until a week later. So disable that. That is a serious vulnerability. As far as I know, Shopify Payments, Stripe, and 2Checkout, the biggest ones outside of PayPal, don't accept e-check, but they might. You double check. If you have e-check enabled, disable it. Okay? Number 2, this is a pain in the ass thing, and you don't have to do this permanently, but you want to do it temporarily. You want to go into Shopify and you want to switch from automatic capture of payments to manual capture of payments. Okay? Now, this is a pain in the ass, especially if you're doing a lot of orders, but it's a necessary move temporarily because you got to analyze each order and reject the ones that are not legit. Cancel and refund. Cancel and refund. See, the thing about these attackers, right? For example, I had a 3-day period where they were attacking me, and they're very sly about it. First they did 1 order, and then they did 3 the next day, and then they went for it on day 3. But it's funny. By day 4, because I had caught on to it and I knew what to do, they stopped. So the piranhas go after easy targets, okay? They go after easy targets. So the moment they realize that you're not an easy target, the chances of them nailing you is small. So one way to do that is to disable automated capture of payments and turn to manual capture of payment within your payment section of Shopify, your dashboard there, and just say I'm gonna manually capture payments, and then you check them one by one until the piranhas go away, which they will eventually. Because again, these fraudsters are looking for easy targets, not looking for hard targets. Okay? Next, this is immensely important, and most people will be nervous about doing this, and it's a mistake. After consulting with my friends, reached out to PayPal and said, look, I had these transactions come in. I sent them a spreadsheet, the transaction number, the name, the email, the amount, the time, the date. I said, look, these are fraudulent orders. It's not my fault. My site has been attacked. I'm aware of the situation. I'm doing these action steps, and I told them the action steps that I'm explaining right now, these action steps to solve it, to stop it from happening. I've refunded all the orders, so there'll be no chargebacks. Please understand that this is not my fault, and I'm proactively trying to stop it. And I got an incredibly great response from PayPal. They said, thank you. We love sellers like you who are active about protecting their business. So I had no trouble with PayPal whatsoever. In fact, I got complimented by PayPal. They told me they appreciated me. Okay? So whether you're using Stripe, PayPal Payments, PayPal, 2Checkout, or whatever, don't hide the fact that your site's under attack. Go reach out to them from your end and say, look, here's the deal. Here's what's happening. And I'm dealing with it. Because here's the thing. If they think that you didn't even realize that you're getting frauded, you become what's called high risk. Your site becomes high risk. And there's a lot of things they can do. The worst thing they can do is shut down. Say you can no longer use Stripe. You can no longer use PayPal. You can no longer use Checkout. A serious problem, especially if it's PayPal. Guys, to this day, 70% of my orders are orders from anyone that comes through PayPal, okay? So if you lose PayPal, you're fucked. You are fucked. And you have to open a new company, name, somehow get back up on PayPal. So with the other ones, you can replace them, right? 2Checkout, you can replace with Stripe or whatever, right? And yeah, the fees may be changed, but it's replaceable, right? It's a minor problem, but it's dealt with. But if you lose your PayPal, you are fucked, okay? So PayPal wants you to run a legitimate business, okay? They want you to be on top of things. They're not going to punish you if you realize what's happening and you proactively reach out to them and say, hey, look, here's the deal. I'm a victim of this attack. I've identified these transactions. I'm working now to fix this problem, and here's the action steps I'm taking. They will appreciate you. And And losing your PayPal is the worst case scenario, but what's very likely to happen, most likely to happen, is a rolling reserve. Okay, so they'll say, well, your site's high risk, so we're going to hold 50% of your money, at least around 50%, for 60 days, or even I've seen as much as a year. I've seen as much as 6 months. And guys, PayPal holding your money is a massive blow to your business because it's cash flow. Look, you can run a profitable business, but as you're scaling products, right, and you're investing in ads, you can spend a lot of money on ads and fulfillment, right? And if you have a rolling reserve of your money, you're not getting all your money back when you're paying for ads and you're paying for fulfillment and shipping, and you're not getting the full amount from PayPal, this can hurt your cash flow big time. Big time. So don't hide it. In fact, be honest and transparent and reach out from there, and they're going to love you for it. Now, next, install a blocking app. There are apps you can use that will allow you to block certain cities and certain states. Okay. Now, again, oh well, Chris, I'm going to lose sales. Well, this is a temporary thing. Again, the piranhas, these fraudsters, want easy targets. They don't want hard targets. So, as a temporary measure, what I did was I went in and I found out the area that these people were coming from. In my particular case, it was Miami. Every case is different, so don't go. It was Miami. So I literally went in and I looked at the map and I started blocking Miami and the surrounding cities. And I literally left a block up there for 3 days. Did I lose some sales? Maybe. But we're talking a couple sales here versus a threat to my entire business. Okay? Because this is a serious threat. The chargebacks, the claims, you could lose your PayPal, you could lose your Stripe, you can get in trouble with Shopify as being a high-risk business. So this is the cost of losing a few orders that may have been maybe $50 to $100, $300 or whatever a profit in my product, maybe $1,000. Maybe it was $5,000 profit, and I missed that from blocking those sales from a certain area versus the long-term effects. It just the cost analysis clearly makes sense just to block it. So block those areas. Okay. And again, it's a temporary thing. You'll see a record of them, the attempted orders coming in. It'll show these orders were attempted and they were with the blocking up all those automatically refunds. So anyone from those areas automatically refunds. So you'll see, and then eventually after 2 or 3 days, the attempts will stop. Again, the piranhas and fraudsters want to go after easy targets, not hard targets. Okay. Let me order one more beer here. Sumimasen. Nama,もう一個待っていいですか？はい、お願いします。All right. Last point. Okay. There are certain services you can use. They're going to cost you money. One is Riskify, and another one is Signify or whatever. Sorry, I don't use these anymore. I've tested them out before. Let me confirm the name right here. I should have wrote it down before I made this video. I apologize for that. Signified. Okay. So I think Riskify is slightly cheaper than Signify, but they're almost the same price. I mean, the difference is not nominal. Okay, so arigato. By the way, I'm going to say cheers in Japanese for you guys. You guys know I've been living in Japan for over 20 years. I speak Japanese. I mean, native level is no, that's not possible because I started when I was late in life and when I was in university, but I speak Japanese quite fluently. So, kanpai. Anyway, so these apps cost $1 per order. And that's pretty significant because if you think about it, right? So, say your average order value is $30, and it's that's 3% of the order, right? 3% is massive, considering that most of our revenue is, our profit margin after. Guys, when you say profit, really, really important about profit. People actually overestimate their profit. Profit includes Number one, all your apps and fees, apps you're paying for, the transaction fees, the monthly Shopify fees, the ad fees, the product fulfillment fees, the shipping, and don't forget your VA cost, all right? What I do is I take my VA cost and I divide it by 30. So every day I know my daily VA costs, and I want to make sure I'm at a profit margin above that, okay? So all that considered, Ecom stores are running a range of roughly, the ones that are running well. Now, of course, a lot of them are losing money, but good stores are running between 10 to 30% profit. There are some extreme cases I've seen where they get up to 40% profit, but that's a rarity. That's an anomaly, okay? So the roughly is around 20%, okay? I think that's average, okay? So if you're averaging 20% profit and you're sending 3% of each order to Riskify or Signify, that's a significant expense that could hurt your profit. So I am actually not in love with these type of apps at all. And so here's my view on this. I'm not saying they don't have a purpose, because they do. Because what these apps do is they'll say, look, we will approve or disapprove each order. If there's ever a chargeback or whatever, we accept the risk. But here, the thing is, I mean, you would have to have an extreme chargeback scenario. And if you're doing print on demand, like I am, right? All my orders are print on demand. We ship within 2 or 3 days. It's normal. It happens all the time. Good quality stuff coming from the United States. I mean, we have such a small chargeback rate. If you're going to drop it from China, you have a high chargeback rate, then maybe you want to consider that. So I'm not a big believer in those apps, but when I posted in the group the other day about this issue, someone actually brought that up. So I thought, you know what, I should bring up this point today. It's a solution, but not a solution that I'm actually recommending. But I want to give a balanced point of view, hence I'm bringing it up. All right, so now, guys, you guys may or may not know, but I have a course in Mastermind group. And guys, I want to point out, this is a mastermind group, okay? Serious ongoing support. I have 2 Q&As a week, every single week. And by the way, because I'm in Japan and I got a lot of European members in my group, 8 a.m. every Friday, London time, do a live stream Q&A in the group where I go through and I answer all questions that came in during the week and any new questions they have, they can come on live stream. Do another one Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, so on the U.S. North American time zone. Again, same thing. I go through all the questions they're asking in the group that entire last 3 or 4 days, and any new questions that come in. Plus, daily I'm in there answering questions. In addition, there's other awesome sellers. We have several 7-figure sellers in there, right? Okay, answering questions and contributing. I've created this culture. It's one thing I learned about running a Facebook group. If I'm in there inactive and I'm being a strong leader, then what happens is it snowballs. Other members participate. So you get a true mastermind support group, and I want to put that mastermind support group. Guys, this is why this is so huge. I mean, people always ask me, Chris, what are you doing differently that your students are so successful? They ask me that. I don't get it. I mean, and I'm not gonna fucking bullshit this, guys. Custom Cat, and I'm really proud of this. The number one biggest print-on-demand supplier, the biggest one out there. 15,000 Shopify sellers using their app, who installed their app. Half of their top 20 sellers, half are in my mastermind and course group. According to their own data, and they came to me and told me, Alex from Custom Cat told me that. And think about that for a second, right? The odds. I mean, there's a reason why my members are so much more successful than everyone else. And I think the number one thing is the support that I give them. I am truly there for them day in and day out, and I love doing it. And that is why they get success. In addition, there's an extremely detailed course covering everything. Site setup, customer service, Facebook advertising, products, how to get products, 7 hours of training on how to get products. You have to go through all of it, but it's a lot, so you don't have to go through all of it, just little by little. Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, Google Ads, Google Shopping, SEO. Guys, SEO is huge. If you're not doing SEO, you're missing out big time. SEO traffic converts better. And more and more and more and more and more. And you can get in for as little as $100 a month. It used to be $2,000 for lifetime. I decided to get rid of that platinum option because I'm being transparent. I feel that I'm working my ass off for my group, so I should be paid residually. So that's one of the reasons why I did that. Two, I had a lot of people say, Chris, man, that $2,000, I want in, but it's just a huge upfront investment. I can't pull it off. So I said, you know what? Fine. We got rid of the platinum membership. There's no more platinum $2,000 a year membership. Okay. It's $100 a month or $1,000 a year. You can refund for any reason within 7 days. You can tell me, Chris, I can't stand your voice, or this is not for me, whatever. I give you a 7-day window, any reason whatsoever, refund, and you can cancel anytime. By the way, I want to point out something really interesting. I'm so incredibly proud of this. Since we switched to the monthly, $100 a month, the value that's being delivered is so amazing. We haven't had one refund. Not one refund. One cancellation. We haven't had a cancellation yet. Think about that. The average cancellation on information products is 10%. And yet we're charging $100 a month and not one person's canceled. What does that say? So, you have any doubt? Fine, get in. Check it out. See it for yourself. Check out the members there. Check out the support. Go in there. Kick the tires. Interact with the members. If you decide it's not for you, and within 7 days, you can refund for any reason whatsoever. You go to ecomvantage.com/VIP. I'll put the link in the thread here. Brian, I saw your, it's both. It's a course and a mastermind group, both. All right? Cheers, guys. And I'm going to go because actually now I just got a line message. Guys, you know Line? Line's a big thing in Japan. And I got a line message from Shalif. They're on their way, so I got to go hang out with those guys. I'm looking forward, man. My two Egyptian buddies. One is still living in Kyoto, where I live, but another guy used to live here for 10 years, and then he moved away. So I'm excited to have a great night. Cheers, guys. We'll see you on the inside. Go to ecomvantage.com/VIP. I'll post the link in the thread. Cheers.